So after all this talk of Season 5 being quite the push to release in 2025, it looks like the season might actually be ahead of schedule. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another video. So today I've got a Stranger Things Season 5 update with a Dr. Pepper Zero in hand. You guys already know, a little caffeine boost mid-afternoon. But the Duffer brothers have recently spoken on the status of Season 5 and reassured us of some things, which puts my mind at ease after the most recent update video I did, where they made it seem like 2025 might not even be feasible for the release date. Well, they've put us at ease at the SCAD TVfest. I'll get more into that in a second. Before I do, be sure to hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts on this news, as well as, when you think we're gonna get it. I ask the question all the time, but we always get new information. So when do you think Season 5 will release on Netflix? And of course, subscribe to that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. It would be a lot. So the last time we talked about Season 5 was following the Next on Netflix event, where the Duffers in person said that it would be quite the push to get Season 5 out in 2025. But they recently attended the SCAD TVfest, where they were given an award, and they helped to give us a little clarity about the timeline of Season 5. So SCAD TVfest is in Atlanta, Georgia, and it's happening as we speak. For those who don't know, SCAD is Savannah College of Art and Design. They have a campus in Savannah. They also have one here in Atlanta, Georgia, which is where I actually live, so I could have gone to this. But they played host to many screenings and panels for TV shows. The website reads, for more than a decade, SCAD TVfest has spotlighted the latest in design, creativity, and innovation on television, streaming, and digital media. Lots of popular TV shows had panels or screenings here with creators or cast members, such as Cobra Kai or even the Percy Jackson series. But of course, the Duffer brothers themselves were there on behalf of Stranger Things doing a screening, and they were actually presented with the Variety Showrunner Award by Caleb McLaughlin, who plays Lucas in the show. I believe they had a screening. It might have just been a straight up Q&A session. I don't know the exact details, but regardless, they answered questions about Season 5. And people who attended this event in person actually tweeted out a lot of information, and I actually have to shout out Matt G for emailing me. There's lots of info out there about what the Duffers said, so of course, I'm gonna break it all down right now. So to begin with, the Duffers reported they're ahead of schedule with regard to post-production. This is great news, meaning both editing and VFX work is coming along nicely. They also reassured fans that Season 5 will for sure 100% release in 2025. And based on my recent update, like I said up front, this puts my mind at ease. I always imagined it was coming in 2025 until there were recent comments by the Duffer brothers at the Next on Netflix event that kind of raised some suspicions. I mean, they put out the episode title reveal on Stranger Things Day last year that said coming 2025, and Netflix has really been pushing Stranger Things marketing for 2025, and so to take that away from us would have been wrong. It would have felt like a betrayal damn near, and so I'm glad they're sticking to that 2025 date. While they said it'll be quite the push, that could be accurate because it could, have them working overtime, but they said they're at work really hard on Season 5 to get it out in 2025, which is good news. Crisis has been averted, folks. We're good. Now, regarding whether or not Season 5 will drop all at once or in parts, the Duffers were asked about this, and they deflected the question. They didn't give us an answer there, so the release format is still up in the air. We'll find out one day, and I'll make a video. It just might take some time. They also went on to confirm that we're getting Season 1 flashbacks, which we already knew to be the case based on the young Will shot from Ross Duffer's Instagram photo dumps, or even the behind-the-scenes teaser trailer where we see a young Will in the Upside Down. But the question I ask is, will we see all the other kids or main characters in flashback form? Like, if we have young Will in the Upside Down, are we also gonna see Mike, Lucas, and Dustin? And in that case, are they going to cast kids to play them, or are they just going to have stand-ins and CGI their faces to make them look de-aged like they did with 11 in Season 4, like they're going to do with Will in Season 5? I would bet that would be the case, but at that point, I wouldn't want the scenes to be too drawn out because you run the risk of the, de-aging technology not looking the best, as we've seen in pretty much any format. It's really, really hard to pull off convincing de-aging technology, and so that's one fear I have with any show or movie that goes that route. I do remember there was apparently a casting call for a scene with like young Mike, Will, and Jonathan a while back, but I never found out if that was legit or not. If that is a real thing though, then this could be one of the flashbacks the Duffers are referring to here. The Duffers also went on to say that they just have tons of footage, and they're still tallying up how much they actually shot over the course of this last calendar year. So they've got a lot on their plate right now, and they will be grinding in the editing room. Season 5 will be coming out in 2025, which is exciting to hear from their mouths. They reassured us. We don't know if it's going to be all at once or in volumes. We'll find that out at a later date. So that kind of summarizes what I gather from the internet and people who messaged me about what went down at SCAD TVfest, but regarding when we could get the next piece of news, you know, specifically the release format, the actual release date, with Netflix skipping the Super Bowl this year, which is in a couple days, when could that be? Well, in the past, when I've picked out a date and said, this is gonna be the one, it usually comes back to bite me in the butt. And so, am I gonna do it again? Yeah, I am. But don't be surprised if nothing drops on these days, because the odds are whatever we get for Stranger Things will drop on some random weekday with no heads up. So here's to setting ourselves up for failure. You ready? There's 2 dates I have in mind. The next one would be March 22nd, which is Will Byers' birthday canonically in Stranger Things. Last year we got a behind the scenes post from Ross Duffer of Noah Schnapp as Will. I feel like, you know, they might go the route of dropping release format then, but do not hold me to that. And then the big date to circle on your calendar is May 31st. That's Netflix's Tudum. They're bringing it back this year, and at Tudum every year we get behind the scenes featurettes, sneak previews, teasers, trailers, posters, announcements for all their movies and shows. At past Tudum events, we've gotten new footage for Stranger Things. Specifically, I'm thinking of the 2021 Tudum event. So I would be willing to bet if we have nothing by May 31st, we'll get something then. Now, if May 31st, Tudum rolls around and we still don't have anything for Stranger Things, and they don't give us anything on that day, that will be a real concern to me. Because God forbid, if Tudum happens and we get nothing, it's almost like I'm gonna be sent into a panic. That's pretty much the start of the summer, in my mind. Once we get into June, it's like full on summertime. You would imagine they'd have to have a release date out by then, at least the release format and release date for marketing purposes. I mean, we just got the Squid Game Season 3 release date and it comes out in June. You'd have to think that by May 31st, they would announce when their biggest show is coming back, at least a date, so we can have it on a calendar, but also for the marketing campaign and just for all the other Netflix movies and shows that are coming out to line up around that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking either March 22nd or May 31st, we're gonna get the next big piece of news, specifically release date set in stone and release format, maybe even teaser trailer footage. I'm really kind of banking on that being for Tudum. But if we have nothing by then, and we don't get anything on Tudum, I will be just disheartened, and I won't even know what to tell you guys. I'll have to make a video talking about how disgusted I am, pretty much. So patience is key, as always. I say that all the time, and when we've made it this far, we can make it a little longer. But that kind of does it for this video. The Duffers have spoken, thankfully, giving us some good news on, you know, Season 5's post-production timeline. It seems like they are, in fact, ahead of schedule, which is great to hear. So the worries about Season 5 potentially getting pushed to 2026 are out the window. I'm feeling pretty good. Now, there is still a part of me that's like, maybe we get one part in 2025 and the second part in 2026, but even then, I'll take what we can get. We're getting Stranger Things this year, even if it's 4 eps or all the eps, bring it on. But how do you guys feel about this news? Let me know in the comments down below and hit that like button. Let me know when you think we get the teaser. Is it gonna be on Will Byers' birthday? Is it gonna be at Tudum? Is it gonna be at a later date? Let me know your predictions down below. Subscribe and hit that notification bell and stay tuned for more content coming very soon. But until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down.